Hi everyone, this is a video to make up our live class for today. Today is January 6th. So please watch this video and you'll have to make up the breakout room activity on your own. And then there is an assignment today. So let's go ahead and go through today's lesson. So the goal for today is I can explain the definitions of our vocabulary words. So this lesson you cannot do until you have done the lesson from yesterday, which was Tuesday, January 5th. If you haven't done that, you'll need to do that first, or you won't know what the vocab is that I'm talking about. So today we're going to start with a greeting, then we will review our vocab. This is supposed to say do a breakout room activity, and then you guys will have an immigration story assignment. Okay, so our greeting for today, why is it important to talk about immigration? Is the question. And I would like to hear what you have to say. So if you're watching this video, please send me an email with your answer to this question. It's really important for me to hear your thoughts, and I want to know what you think. So send me an email with your answer. Some reasons that I think it's important to talk about immigration is because immigration and migration are very important in the world, and specifically, immigration is very important in the United States. Remember, immigration means to come to a specific country to live there. And so, in the case of the United States, many people come from all over the world to live in the United States. That is called immigration. Remember that all of us are immigrants in the United States unless you are Native American. It is a big part of our culture and our country for immigration. So that is why I think it's important. And I think it's also important because we all have stories, and we will be working on sharing our own stories as we learn about other people's stories, like our assignment today. So that's why I think it's important. I want to hear why you think it's important. So before we get started with our work today, let's quickly review our vocabulary words. You should have these words and definitions in your word wall assignment from yesterday. If you have not done that assignment, please get that in as soon as possible. In an assignment, your job is to write down the definition, an example sentence, and explain why the picture matches the definition. So, our first word that we talked about was migration. Migration means moving from one place to another to live there. So, migration is all about moving. People are moving somewhere else to live there. It's not like moving from the living room to your bedroom to the bathroom to the kitchen. Like it's not like moving like that. Like it's the physical, I'm moving to a new place to live, right? You could go from one apartment to a different apartment. Maybe you're living in one state, you go to a different state, or maybe go from one country to another country, right? So we can have migration within a city, within a country, within a state, from country to country, from continent to continent, right? But we're not just talking about, oh, I walked down the street, so I'm moving, so I'm migrating. No, it's moving to a new place so you can live there. So, an example sentence is migration happens for many reasons. This picture kind of shows people moving around the world. So I thought that was a helpful way to remember the definition. Remember that migration starts with an M, and so does moving, also starts with an M. These M's are a great way that I always remember that migration means moving, because they start with that letter M. Our next vocab word was the word immigration. The word immigration is very similar to the word migration. The only difference is the letters I and M in the beginning. So since migration is in the word, we know it's about moving. But the letters IM mean to come. So the definition for immigration means to come to another country to live there. This is the act of immigrating. Immigrating is a noun, which means it's a thing. It's not an action. It's a thing that we can. So it is a noun. So an example sentence is immigration is very common in the United States. And we kind of talked about that already. But immigration is very common in the United States because everyone has come to the United States Either you did, or your parents, or your grandparents, or your great grandparents, or your great 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 grandparents, right? You might be the first generation, or you might be the 10th. Um, but your family is not naturally from the United States unless you are Native American. So that means at one point, immigration is something your family did at one point in history. Okay, so now let's talk about the word immigrate. Notice how now our words are similar, but now the endings are different. So, immigrate means to come to another country to live there. The difference here is, even though they have the same definition, is that immigrate is a verb. A verb, remember, is an action word. It's something you do. This means people are literally coming. They're walking, they're flying, they're driving, they're on a boat, right? They're sailing. It's that action word. So, an example sentence is many people immigrate to the United States every year. It's that action word in the sentence. It's what's happening, it's what they're doing, right? In the picture, they're literally moving. So, immigration, it's a noun. It's a thing that we can talk about. Immigrate means it's what's happening, it's what's being done, it's that action. Now we have the word immigrant. Immigrant is a person. That's the difference here. We got new ending, but now it means person. It's a person who comes to another country to live there. Example, Maria is an immigrant. She came to the United States last year. So look at the picture. You can see the different people in it. They're staying in the United States because that's where they immigrated to. And you can see their countries of origin by the flags on top of their head. Immigrant is a person. So those are our four vocab words. We have migration, immigration, immigrate, and immigrant. So now you guys are going to go into activity in breakout rooms. Since you're not in class, you were not in breakout rooms to do this with a group. So that means you'll now be going and doing it by yourself. So I will show you what it is that you have to do. So you'll have a link to the slides in Schoology to click on. You'll need to open up those slides in Notability and answer the questions. You won't be able to turn it in there. You'll have to email them to me. So there are 6 questions to go through and do. The first question is, how are these words related? So kind of tell me what you think. What do you notice? Next question, here are some people who are U.S. immigrants. Write a complete sentence about one of the people. Include one of the vocab words. There is an example for you. Example is Albert Einstein immigrated to the United States. So use an example word, use a vocab word to write an example sentence about one of these 4 people. The next one, write a sentence about this picture using the word migration. Write a sentence about this picture using the word immigration. Write an example about this picture using the word immigrate. And write a sentence about this picture using the word immigrant. So that is what your job is to do in breakout rooms. Since you're not in class, you'll have to do it by yourself and email it to me like I said. So once you are done with breakout rooms, we have an assignment for today. So the assignment today is called 1/6 for January 6th assignment, Immigration Story. So in Schoology, there is this worksheet right here. Your job is to open this up in Notability. And then once you have it open, step 1 is to click the link to go to this website. You'll be able to click on that by selecting the like finger icon. Like it looks like someone's pointing. If you click on that, you'll be able to select and click on the link. When you open that up, it will, let me just show you like this. Once you click on it, it'll open up to a website. Once it's done loading, at the top of the page, there'll be a video. The video is about 4 minutes long. It's all about Aisha's story. Aisha is a U.S. immigrant, and she's talking about her story. So this is a real life story about someone who went to St. Paul. So right here, you can click and watch her video. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see some text. It's not very long about some information about her story. Okay. So once you've read watched the video and read the information, you have 4 questions to answer. So you need to answer those, and then you can turn this in Schoology. So since you missed class, you have 2 things to turn in. You have the breakout room assignment, and you have this assignment. Hopefully, it won't take you too long, though. Remember, you can always email me with questions or join me in a Google Meet, and I'm happy to help you. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you where in Schoology to go so you can see everything that you need to do. So let's get this loaded. So we're going to go to our class, and we're going to open up our ELD class. I'm sorry, my internet is very slow. Okay, so we are in our January 7th folder, so you can click on that. And then we are in the Wednesday folder. Then you can click on this assignment. So if you go to if you click on view attachments at the top, you'll see 2 links or 2 attachments here. You'll see our assignment, the 1/6 assignment immigration story. That's the assignment where you're watching Aisha's video to hear about her immigration story. And then you will have right here is the breakout room slides makeup, where you can do those questions that I showed you from the breakout room slides. Okay, so that is your assignment for today. Like I said, if you need help or have any questions, please send me an email or join me on a Google Meet, and I'm happy to help you. I hope to see you soon.